I've waited for him.
Hey everyone, hope you're having a good geek today. My name's Kenyon and I'm going to talk about the Halloween 2018 trailer. First off, I just want to say that I am super excited for this film to come out. I mean, since this franchise didn't leave on a good note. And the original franchise left on a worse one. And the main thing I'm excited for in this movie is of course the return of Jamie Lee Curtis as one of her most famous, or if not her most famous role ever, as Laurie Strode. In Halloween Resurrection, we saw the death of Laurie Strode by the hands of the Shape himself. So if you couldn't tell by the narrative in the beginning of the trailer,
he was shot by his own psychiatrist and taken into custody that night, and has spent the last 40 years in captivity.
This film negates all the Halloween films after the first original Halloween, which is kind of a shame because I would have loved to have the second film in this universe. I count the second film as the film before everything went wrong in the series, with the exception of H2O. Anyways, Laurie Strode is back and is ready to kill Michael. She has guns prepared and everything. Laurie Strode looks awesome in this. She looks like she's ready. It's like Ellen Ripley in Aliens. She's ready to fight. She's not ready to run anymore. And that's what's great. I also love that shot of the scar on her arm from the cut that she got in the first movie. That was a nice continuity detail. Another thing I'm excited for is the fact that they got the original composer and director from the first movie, John Carpenter. I am so excited for what he's gonna do to this film. Oh man, the score was great in the original and the directing was just on point. I mean, when I heard the original jump scare sound from the first movie and then the Halloween theme began to play, I actually jumped up from my chair screaming because I was so hyped. Someone who's not only just coming back to the Halloween franchise, but he's also reprising his role as Michael Myers is Nick Castle. It would have been nice to have Donald Pleasence in his role as Dr. Loomis if it wasn't for his untimely death. And yeah, he will be missed. Another thing I noticed about the story of this movie is that they're probably going to get rid of the fact that Laurie Strode is the sister of Michael Myers. As you can see here, they're talking about how Laurie Strode wasn't the sister of Michael Myers. That was just some rumor everybody started up. But they're probably going to do this thing where they're going to come back and say she was actually the sister of Michael Myers the whole time. I wouldn't be surprised at that. But I would be surprised if they got rid of it. I mean, that's just a good factor they should just keep in the movie. What I like about this trailer is the many nods it has to the first original Halloween. Like that scene where the bus breaks down, all the escaped convicts break out again. That just mirrors the original where all the escaped convicts are just outside. And if this trailer has a lot of nods to the original film, then you know the film's gonna be filled with it. Another thing I noticed that I'm liking really so far about the trailer is the fact that Michael Myers is still human. Let me explain. In the original, you really couldn't find Michael because he blended in so well with society. He looked on the outside an average normal man, but on the inside, as Dr. Loomis said, he was pure evil. So you really couldn't tell when Michael was walking by him. And in the reboot especially, he looked so normal that you couldn't tell that he was in the background in a lot of shots there. It was actually really cool. So when Michael's walking through the neighborhood and nobody ever fears that there's Michael Myers on the loose, or when he bumps into the kid and the kid doesn't really care, I mean, he should care, he just knocked the candy out of his hand, nobody worries. He's still invisible. That's why people call him the Shape. And it's really cool. I also like that little scene right there where Laurie Strode tried to shoot Michael, but then she ended up shooting Amira. And the best, number one thing that I love about this film, no matter if it's bad or good, is that it gets rid of that whole stupid Cult of Thorn thing. That thing was just so convoluted and stupid, I just couldn't deal with it. Anyways, it's saying that nobody knows why Michael is going crazy. It gives us more mystery behind Michael Myers, and that's what makes me happy. We don't have to know why he's killing everybody. We don't have to know why he's so strong or why he won't die. For all we know, he could be a science experiment. He could have a different cult. He could have the devil inside of him. Nobody knows. Now let's talk about some things that I'm worried about in this new installment. Mainly the music is the main thing that worries me. In the original, the absence of music made it feel more natural. If someone was stalking you, would there be ominous music or would there be silence? The silence gave it a feeling that you didn't know when he would strike. The movie actually gives you time to attain a false sense of security, thus lowering your guard. So when the first jump scare actually happens, it really scares you. However, in the trailer, there are these moments I've noticed, such as the bathroom scene, where I feel as though they ruined it. That's what makes me nervous about this movie. There's probably gonna be music playing the whole time while he's trying to scare this journalist in the bathroom. And, it just ruins the whole thing. So basically, the music in this movie and the silence in the last, it totally negates the point. This is exactly what happened in the reboot of Halloween. But besides that one issue I have, I'm pretty excited for the film. Halloween is my favorite movie of all time, and I grew up with it. So I'm nervous about what will happen to the franchise. After all the movies after Halloween 2, with the exception of H2O, of course, I'm not ready for another disappointment. But with all this fear of them trying to screw up the movie, clouding my thoughts, I'm just happy that I get to see John Carpenter back directing the film. Have a good geek today. What? He's not directing the...